Peace and love, African family. Peace, love, and sunlight. This is Ankh Eru from jamtoursafrica.com family. And while I was doing my morning workout family, I get a download. And I just want to bring it to you guys because now a subscriber leave a comment on my page, and the comment is like, what are you doing for Jamaica? You know what I mean? So, when I think about the comment, I was like quick to reply. I said, no, I'm not going to reply, and I'm going to wait for the inspiration from the Most High before I reply. You know what I mean? So, actually, family, while I was exercising, I get the inspiration. You know what I mean? So I just want to bring this this video to you. And I was thinking about it to myself that the most thing I can do for Jamaica and Jamaicans right now is to continue making my videos about Jamaica, about Africa. You know what I mean? I was thinking about, even in Bible time, Lot and his wife, become a pillar of salt because they never want to leave. You know what I mean? They never want to leave and move to the promised land family. You know what I mean? As a Jamaican, we talk about it in the music 1,000,001 time about the promised land. Look to the east, the east is the best, there's no life in the west. All of these things, family. So when I sum up everything, and I said to myself that, you know what I mean? A lot of people like to talk about being a Jamaican, you know what I mean? But being a Jamaican family is a DNA. You have a Jamaican DNA, you have that Jamaican spirit, you have that Jamaican vibes, you have that Jamaican swag, you have that Jamaican talk, you know what I mean? So being a Jamaican, it doesn't mean that you have to be living in Jamaica, you know what I mean? So that's just my take on it, family. A lot of people feel like, say, for you to be a Jamaican, you have to be actually living in Jamaica. You have to be like, you know what I mean? But for me, being a Jamaican is just actually in your DNA. You know what I mean? Even my kids, them born over Africa, yeah, so they have the Jamaican spirit, they have the Jamaican DNA. It's actually imprinted in them, family. So, you know what I mean? Seeing this catastrophe happening in Jamaica right now, maybe it's just a sign, family, for people to wake up and look and see what's going on. And you know what I mean? Maybe it's a time, you know what I mean? Because, our ancestors been talking about Africa very many years now, you know what I mean? And since the 2000, that curse that was put on us was broken and lift. So, you know what I mean? It's time for us to move back to Africa. And I'm here on the ground and I'm seeing a lot of people coming, trying to actually, find their way back to Africa. That's the reason why you see I'm doing these tour things. I have so many people coming and actually I'll help them to get set up, help them to navigate, you know what I mean? Help them to get, set up with business or whatever they want to do, immigration, you know what I mean? Just to get actually grounded on the continent, family. You know what I mean? Have something going on the continent. So, you know what I mean? That's just my way of giving back to my Jamaican people, because I know Jamaicans are strong people, you know what I mean? Anything we do, it's always prosperous, and the Most High always bless it, family. You know what I mean? So, for that comment, I just want to actually, continue making my videos about Africa. I know I'm living in Kenya, so our Jamaican people can see that if you have the means and you have the financial support, you know what I mean? Not even, you don't have a lot of money, family. Jam Tours is here and ready, waiting to guide you and support your family, to help you make sure so you make something of yourself. You know what I mean? There's millions of opportunities over here, family. There's millions of things you can do in Jamaica. You can come here, come do it, family. You know what I mean? Because now all roads lead back to Africa. And the entire world is crashing. A lot of floods, a lot of natural disaster. You know what I mean? And lucky enough in Africa, we don't really have such things like that. You have it here, but not on a large scale. You know what I mean? When you look upon Western Jamaica now, it's like, it's crazy. You know what I mean? Even down in a Mandeville, Manchester, where, you know what I mean, that was like the pride of Jamaica to live when you come on to, like, you know what I mean, a nice life, even me myself. That was my favorite parish in Jamaica. I always say I want to retire in Manchester, Mandeville. That was always my choice, family. So, you know what I mean? So, seeing these places mash up and tear up, and, you know what I mean, it's really heartbroken for me, family. And, for my Jamaican people, you know what I mean? Not everybody gonna be able to build back, family. That's just how it is. That's just life, you know what I mean? And in life, you got to find a new gear. You got to try something new, you know what I mean? You can't just sit down and wait for the government to come and help you, because the government can't help everybody, family, you know what I mean? So if it's a man-made thing or it's a God-made thing, I don't know, but all I know, it's a sign. It's a sign that something, you know what I mean, is about to happen, a change. You know, in life, there's always changes, you know what I mean? So you have to just accept changes and move on and, you know, find a new route, you know what I mean, to your destiny. You know what I mean? So, you know, for me, I come here because I actually want to get out of a situation. You know, you might come here because your country mash up and you're looking for a better place. You see my video and you say, yeah, it can work. You decide to come and do your thing, you know what I mean? So that's just my contribution, family, and I just hope that this will go a long way. You know what I mean? It was just one advice I get from my grandmother, and you know, I mean, you have to separate from that marriage and you cannot do it in Jamaica. And that's why I'm here today, family. So, you know what I mean? You can see this video and say, all right, this video actually, you know what I mean, I see where I can come in Africa and make something of myself, and I just want to make that change because now, you know what I mean, you know, Jamaica is a very loved place, and as you can see the support and everybody is doing, you know what I mean, you know, donation to Jamaica. You can see that Jamaica is a very important, you know what I mean, place in the world when you come on to like, you know, people, you know, respecting Jamaica. You know, so that's what I'm telling you guys, that being a Jamaican does not mean that you have to live in Jamaica. It doesn't mean that you have to actually, you know what I mean, born in Jamaica. You know, you just need to have a small DNA of a Jamaican for you to be a Jamaican family. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it, family. It's just the spirit, it's just the vibes, it's just the way we think, it's the way we do things. You know what I mean? The Mosai, actually we are Mosai, one of Mosai. We are part of the 12th tribe, and we have to spot the people them that job bless with a whole lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, seeing this happen, family, is for you to think otherwise and think different. And, you know what I mean? And for you to actually, you know, make this step and just do something new, make a change. You know, not everybody can make the change to come back. But who can, you know what I mean? You can actually, you know, try it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's there for us, and Africa is for Africans, whether you're home or abroad. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, one love, God bless, Jamaica. I hope you guys actually, you know what I mean, recover. You know what I mean? All I can do for now is actually make these videos and, you know, try to support my family who I can. You know what I mean? I'm here just try to build in my thing same way. You know what I mean? You know, after coming to a new country, you know that you're going to lose a little, and you have to just use a little you have left back to build back. You know what I mean? That's just what I am doing here, family. So when somebody leave a comment like that saying, what am I doing for Jamaica? This is what I'm doing for Jamaica. Because even now, family, I'm picking up a Jamaican sister who come to Kenya, and when she comes, she just maybe Google and find me or something, you know what I mean? So I am here now to help her, show her around, and help her to get some real estate investing and stuff. I don't know, guys, you know, real estate in Kenya is booming right now. Nowhere in the world you can go pay 20% down and 2 years to pay. It's called off-plan development real estate, where, you know what I mean, you pay while the construction is building, and when it finishes, you get your key and you have your new apartment. You know what I mean? You know, if you have no actually what a credit report, you know, if you have no bank statement, you know what I mean? All you need is a 20% down. And if you're a person living in the US or wherever you live, and you have business, you know what I mean, and you generate income every month, you can find a 3,000 or a 2,500 to put down by your actually, you know what I mean, your nice apartment in our Westlands. You know what I mean? So trust me, guys, the next 5-10 years from now, Nairobi not gonna be the same. You know what I mean? And everybody's looking to Africa right now. Africa have all the minerals where everybody need around the world. So it's only wise and smart for you to come here, come build an empire. Because if this is where everything else, and if every African leader wake up like Burkina Faso and say, all right, you know what I mean, it's a fair trade for this mineral, and you now come steal it, and you now come actually use us and abuse us to get these minerals. It's a fair trade. Just imagine how Africa will be powerful. You know what I mean? Anyhow, Africa just get fear. We don't even have to be actually, you know what I mean, you don't even have to be like, say, yo, you actually try to kill, because, you know, Africa is the motherland. It's the creation of life. So Africa should sustain all different countries, you know what I mean? But these other countries, them actually steal, and you know what I mean, and actually do a whole lot of stuff. Looking in the Congo, you know what I mean, this is East Africa, this is just a neighboring country to Kenya, you know what I mean? So just imagine if all of these countries get a grip off the country and say, all right, it's just a fair trade. We still not killing no, just giving us same way to sustain in our country. And when you think about it, in the US, it's not a place where people are supposed to live family. It's not an inhabitable place. Think about it. You know what I mean? They have to be fighting and killing other people for them minerals and resources because, and that's the thing now, I'm sure this country has to go down family because to all them do these things, you know what I mean? It's like them actually, when you think about it, them do it, it's inhuman. It's all they actually fight and kill for these minerals just to sustain their country family. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So even though them still a kill and a mine out Africa and do a whole lot of that stuff. You know what I mean? Just imagine if the world, if the most I start rain and say, all right, we're gonna mash up these places because now we're too wicked. We're gonna mash it up. We're gonna bring it down to dust. And only Africa alone are gonna remain. And then the people that are left in those countries, you know what I mean, as you know, Africans, we are the whole country, don't have no bombs and all of these wicked mass destruction weapons, you know what I mean, we are peaceful people. You know, the world has to be run and revolve around Africa, and that's how it is, family. So why wouldn't you want to be here? Tell me now, why wouldn't you want to be here? Even though Africa is struggling and all of these things happening, you know what I mean, as a foreigner, you still can come and find your way because now you come with your little resources, you know what I mean, you come and you can do your thing, you know what I mean, and wait till everything, you know, the most I fix everything. You know you're living in paradise, you know what I mean? So I hope you guys actually just get this message and you can be inspired and start to look to the east, you know what I mean? This is the east, and this is where you find Mount Kenya, Mount Zion family, you know, this side, you know what I mean? Our ancestors used to pray and put them hand to Mount Kenya. That's how we used to do it before the colonists come with them, you know what I mean? They mix up and twist up religion, crap, you know what I mean? So anyway guys, one love, God bless, Jamaica, always, I'm out. Yeah family, so while I'm actually exercising, I'm getting a lot of download. I don't really want to make another video because now I just want to post this video as one. I don't really want to edit it, family. But while I was exercising, there's a thought that comes to another download and said to myself that the Jamaican DNA is very powerful, family. That's the most powerful DNA on the earth. You know what I mean? Look what Bob Marley come and did. And Bob Marley is from a white Muzungu man, is his father. You know what I mean? So just imagine, once you mix with the 12 tribe of Israel DNA, greatness is actually, you know what I mean? It's in your DNA, family. Look upon me, I'm a poor Jamaican boy from the country. You know what I mean? Finding way all the way in Africa, family. Doing what? How is that even possible? You know what I mean? You know, trying to actually impact the world. You know what I mean? Try to motivate people, you know what I mean, with wisdom. You know what I mean, for people to actually, you know, live a righteous life. You know, when you think about like Sean Paul, these people now have the full Jamaican DNA, but they're great. You know what I mean? So, you guys, when you think about this thing, family, you guys have to understand. You know what I mean? Most of the time, for you to get a big break is to come out of Jamaica. You know what I mean? Because almost everybody in Jamaica is a star, and everybody in Jamaica is good at something that can actually, you know, help and, you know, impact the world, family. You know what I mean? So most of the time, for you to get a big break, you have to just lift up. You know what I mean? Because, you know, Jamaica too small for you. Too small. You know what I mean? And see what happened now. So as I said, guys, if you're watching this and you're a part of the hurricane victim and you have the means and, you know what I mean, can actually make a move, just make a move. You know what I mean? You can. Your Jamaican DNA will never change, you know what I mean? And no matter where you come from, no matter who you mix it with, them are gonna get a part of the Jamaican spirit, and you know what I mean? And at some point, much people, you know what I mean, even half of most people in the US have Jamaican DNA, and most of them are big celebrity, you know what I mean? So when you think about it, family, even the British, they have a lot of information on Jamaicans, the people of Jamaicans, like that descendant, that tribe of people. I don't know how to say it, family, but they have so much information archived in them museum about Jamaicans. And you know what I mean, you know, the DNA of Jamaicans, you know, the people try to erase it, but they can never. You know, the most I say, I'm going to multiply your seed 1,000,000 times, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Me saying these things, family, and when you see a Jamaican doing big things out there and big things in Jamaica and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's a 90 DNA Jamaicans has, and once you mix it around, worse if you mix it with another, actually, because it's 12 tribes, and Jamaicans are one of the 12 tribes. We don't know, because everything mix up and twist up. You know what I mean? Once you mix that 12 tribe with another 12 tribe, you know what I mean? You know, then that's how magic, that's how greatness start to happen, family. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, guys, that's just my little 2 cents. I hope you guys actually enjoy this vlog. Now I'm like thinking, no, maybe I have to be doing, morning inspiration vlog, because now when I get this download, most of the time I get them, and because I don't have time, I say let me just never bother make the time and just continue with my exercise and just think about it and just reason with myself and just what I mean, and just dash it away. But it seems like, guys, I will have to actually do this inspirational video every morning to educate people and to guide people and to make people look to the east. This is the Mogomo tree family. This tree actually grow like a mushroom. Man no plant it, it just grow. And when something about to happen in Kenya, you see one of these big tree fall down family. It's called the Mogomo tree. And where I live, you'll mostly find this tree in the Kikuyu land family. The Mount Kenya people, you find this tree. No man no plant this tree. When I ask about it, I say, but who plant this tree? They say, it just grow like mushroom. Yeah. So this is a God tree, this family. Man no plant this tree. Well, anyway, guys, one love, God bless, Jamaica, I'm out.